What's up, YouTube? This is B-Boy1990, and here right now is the season 2 finale of Meta Talk. Episode 4, we're going to talk about none other than worms. For all you that are new to Yu-Gi-Oh or something, or probably those who play Yu-Gi-Oh but don't know about, worms are basically their effects rely on basically on flip effects, and those that don't do flip effects, but it has something to do with worms that have flip effects. So to explain a lot, I'm going to have to go one by one. And with all these cards that worms have, that's so much support for worms. So to get started, I'll start with the King of Worms. This card can be summoned in face-up attack position by triggering one reptile worm type monster. You can tribute one reptile worm monster to select one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So he's a level 8. He's a level 8 beater. A level 8 27 beater, 1100 defending wall. So he's basically a huge beat stick. However, his effects of tributing a worm type monster destroyer card he's basically like Dark Arm. He's basically Dad before lights and worms mostly. So he's not bad. He's kind of cool. His artwork's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. His artwork looks pretty beast. But honestly, I think I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5 because tributing one worm makes it easy. Just tribute a worm to destroy a card. Anytime as you want. I actually like. No, you know what? Not a 4. I'm gonna give him a 5 because that effect is just. He's basically Dad in so many ways. It's not a once per turn effect. He can do it anytime he wants. So, yeah, he is freaking beast. Next up is the one, also of royalty, but a matriarch of worms, the Worm Queen. You can tribute summon this in face-up attack position by tributing one reptile worm monster. So it's the same thing as King, but however, hers is a ignition effect, a once per turn effect. You can tribute one reptile worm monster to special summon one reptile worm monster from your deck with a level less than or equal to the attributed monster. So, in all honesty, Queen is not bad. Just her effect, she's special summoned, so I think it's not a bad idea if you want to exceed or something. But I honestly like Worm King better because Worm King has the ability, can do it anytime he feels like it. Like you can just tribute a worm and you destroy a card. Queen, she tributes a worm once per turn to special summon a worm with less than or equal to level. So I'm gonna give her like a 4 out of 5 because I honestly don't find Queen like that great. She's not bad, just not that great. I think King is. Next up is Prince. I don't know if this is a princess, but still. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add one reptile worm monster from your deck to your hand. Destroy this card during the end phase if you do not control another reptile worm monster. Kind of risky, honestly, but however, he's a good card. Like, once he destroys a monster, he can, he's like Shura. But instead of special summoning in the field, it goes to your hand. So I actually kind of like Worm Prince, so I'm going to give him like a 4.5 out of 5. Next up is Barsis. And if you're wondering, these are all worms that don't have flip effects, but some do contribute with flips. When this card is normal summon, change one defense position monster to face-up attack position. Okay. 1400 beater, 1500 defending wall. So Bomber's Travel can't touch him. However, he has to do it when he's normal summoned. And he gets to change one defense position monster to face-up attack. So honestly, not bad, but at the same time, not good. So you basically just normal summon just to change one, and then like that's it. You could flip. I mean, unless you have the good worm that could do something that can help you, then yes. But in this case, though, I don't like him a lot, so I'm gonna give him like a 2 out of 5. I actually don't like Barsis that much. Arrokin, on the other hand, this card cannot be special summoned once per turn. Select one face-up reptile worm monster on the field and change it to face-down defense position. This, however, I like. He can't be special summoned. That's okay. However, once per turn, he can flip. He can make one reptile war monster become face down defense. So he can flip it back up and do some crazy stuff with it. So, and he's a 2400 beater, level 6, and 1200 defending wall. So I actually like Erican. So Erican is better than Barsus. I give him a 4.9 out of 5, honestly. Next up, Worm Illidan. Sorry about that. Now, Worm Illidan is each time a card is set on your side of the field, place one worm counter on this card. You can remove 2 worm counters from this card to select one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So you have to like wait a turn just to set a card, just give him worm counters on it. He's a 2000 beater, 1800 defending wall, at level 5, so it makes sense. I think though, he's not bad, but he's not good also, because you have to wait turns to set a card, and he can be bottomless and everything else. So I'm gonna give him 3 out of 5. Next is Worm Victory. Now these are ones with flip effects. So Worm Victory. Destroy all face-up monsters on the field except reptile worm monsters. This card gains 500 attack for each reptile worm monster in your graveyard. So if you're gonna play Future Fusion with him and make Worm Zero, bring out a lot of worms, you can make him become the biggest beatstick in history of the biggest beatsticks. He could probably hit 5-headed dragon. All the 5-headed dragons not gonna die. Oh yeah, he can. You can see the light type. So yeah, I think he's basically a 5 out of 5. He's my favorite worm out of all worms. He's my favorite one. I love this worm so much. Next is Worm Dimiclus. His flip effect is he gains 300 attack and defense. So if he's going to be attacked by, say, someone who has 1600 attack, flip him. See here? Okay, 1600 beater. Flip. He's now 1700 and your opponent loses 100 life points. So not bad, and then you can put him in attack mode. You get attacking for 100. So he's like but I don't kind of like that effect that much. That you just gain attack and defense if you flipped. It's not gonna do any good, so I would give that a 3 out of 5. Next up, Worm Noble. Noble's effect is flipped. If this card is flipped face up by an opponent's monster's attack, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attacking monster's attack. So I think this is actually like what you call it, like almost like Raikou or some reason. I like his effect actually, because if you flip him up, and he's a 2400 wall, so that's even better. So this card is flipped face up by an opponent's monster's attack, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attacking monster's attack. So say if FGD attacks him, he's flipped up, he may die, but my opponent's gonna lose 2500 life points. So because of half of 5000, 2500, you get it. So I'll give him like a 5 out of 5, because that's actually, I love that kind of effect. It's pretty beast. Next is Worm Jet Eclipse. Jet Eclipse is when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard this turn, special summon in defense position. So basically you flip him up, so Swift is destroyed, then in the end, bring him back. Easy level 3 exceed, 5 out of 5. Next up is Worm Millideth. If you flip, you can equip this card to a monster your opponent controls as an equip card. Inflict 400 damage to the controller of the equipped monster during each standby phase. And it's a 1600 wall. So I flip, say someone's 1500. Attacked. Now he's going to be, he loses, now, and then I could equip to him, he loses 400 for every standby phase. He's equipped to my opponent. So that's like a pretty good card, so I'll give that a 4 out of 5. So next up is Worm Opera. Opera! So now, Worm Opera is all face-up monsters on the field lose 500 attack except reptile worm monsters. Level 2, straight, 400 attack, 800 defending wall. Okay, I don't think his effect is straight, not the best effect. He's 3 out of, I would say 3.2 out of 5. Honestly though, because I kind of don't like Opera that much. Next is Hope, Worm Hope. He's level 1 with a 1500 wall, defending wall, and 800 attack. Wow, that's actually a first I've seen with a big, well, except Flamvell. The Flamvell tuner that's level 1 has a 2000 wall, but still. When this card is flipped face up by an opponent's monster's attack, draw one card. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, send one card from your hand to the graveyard. So he's basically kind of like advanced draw. If he's flipped, saves you some damage, unless it's a piercer. Then I draw a card, and if you send it to the graveyard, I send a card from the grave. So if Worms and Fables can help each other out, if they have good synergy, which I highly doubt they do, but if they did, it would be amazing. This card would be amazing with them. So I give him basically a 4 out of 5. And last but not least, Worm Cataros. So when he's flipped, add one level 4 or lower reptile worm monster from your deck to your hand. So I do this. Set. Okay, you attack. I get Worm Apocalypse, which I didn't bring up here, but his effect is if you flip it, you can destroy a trap card on a face down trap on the field. Trap or spell on the field, if I'm correct. So he's a good searcher if he's flipped. So I kinda like Cataros. So he's a 4.95 out of 5. The 0.5 is his weakest defense. And an extra special guest, Worm's X. When this card is normal summon, you can send one reptile type worm monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you control a face-up worm Yagen, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So he's a basic 1800 attacking, beat stick, 1000 wall, level 4. So easy exceeding material. He's actually really cool, honestly. He's really pretty beast. I'm not gonna lie, Worm's X is pretty beast. So I'm gonna have to give him a 5 out of 5 because once Yagen's on the field, you can't destroy him, and he can make an easy exceed Utopia right there. So this is Meta Talks final episode 4, season 2 finale. So right now I'm gonna go show you previews of the next cards that's gonna be hitting on the field in a little bit. So peace out, guys. I'll talk to you later.